everyone, welcome to Lucy's Larking Adventures. We're back for our latest video on this sunny afternoon, and we're at a brook again, sort of really local to us, so just outside the city of Bath, and it's actually not far from the Fosse Way, which is the old Roman road that used to go from Ilchester through Bath as it is now and all the way up. I'll try and put a link up to that because it's actually really interesting. So we're hoping that we might find some Roman artefacts. We have never found any before, so who knows, we'll certainly see what we can do. And we're going to just head off now through the meadow to get to our location, which is a fairly shallow brook that we actually haven't been to before, but there's only sort of one way to get into it. It's not sort of massively accessible, hence sort of going through the undergrowth, as it were. But off we go, we'll head off there now. We're hoping for some interesting finds, but we've got plenty of time. So I'm just going to go up and over the hill and then we should be there, and I'll bring you back when we're in. Fingers crossed for some interesting stuff. See you in a minute. Okay, here we are at our first spot. It's pretty shallow, nice and peaceful, so we're just going to have a dig around. I can already see there's like a little bit that's out of the water where it's so shallow, and I can already see a few bits and pieces that are interesting. So there's a few bits of pottery just lying around, which hopefully is a sign that there's plenty more to come. So we're going to have a good dig around now, and we'll let you know what we find. Can spot little bits of pottery all over the place. That's a really pretty piece. Just gonna have a look around to see what else I can pull out. Small white piece. Old piece of glass, so hopefully there will be glass finds here as well, but we'll wait and see. I see an interesting shape over here. Can you spot it yet? A mug. Not particularly old. Someone's obviously dropped it here. I'm just going to head out a bit further, so I'll keep going, see what else we can find. So I've spotted a couple of pieces that I'm interested in going to pick up, so I'll take you with me. It's just a stone, I think, although I did wonder. Another piece of old glass. There are lots of shards of things like this, so sign of things to come, I hope. And then just over here there's two nice pieces that I want to get out. So I've seen this, which is lovely. Nice pattern on it. I guess that was a plate. And then under here, you can just see in this reed, there's something else. A bigger piece, maybe part of an old pot or something. I think it is old. I'm still here, so definitely things coming out. I'll keep going. See a couple more pieces that I'm going to just pick up. Lots of the sort of plainer white pieces here, which I don't tend to keep as much, although I do sometimes, depending on the shape. You can see there's bits dotted all over. So off I go, pick them out, and I'll do a roundup of the best pieces in a sec. So I just pulled out this just by hand, which looks to me like a really old, it is metal and it looks like a really old nail. So I'm quite pleased with that. It's quite a sweet little thing, isn't it? And there's just loads more here that you can just spend sort of hours sort of picking through. It's very tempting to do just that, so we probably will. See what else we can find. Pottery chips here as well, look, just sort of white pieces. It looks like it used to be. I thought it was the same, but actually it used to. Looks like it was part of something at some point. Who knows? Oh, I see a glint of blue. Oh look, that's lovely. I'm not sure that you can see the colour very well on camera, but it is a really nice blue, and it was a handle of something, a jug or a cup maybe. What a shame there's not more of it. So I'll take a photo of that and just try and get the colour a little better if I can. I'm pleased with that, I quite like it. There's quite a lot of old pieces of glass like this. Nothing complete yet, but hopefully, let's get that one out of the way. Hopefully it's a sign that there are things around. Small pieces like this. So plenty to keep me occupied. I'll bring you back shortly. There's an old bottle top there, broken, so I will move it out of the way. This is nice. There are so many things to pick out here, it's very exciting. Lots of chips. See a button here. You can even see this sort of beveled edge there a little bit, which is still really nice. There's another piece over there I'm going to go for next. Looks like a plate, doesn't it? Oh, I just saw a kingfisher go past. I wasn't quick enough to catch it though, so on camera, not, you know, trying to catch it in person. I'm going to go back and drop off my handful. There's a bit of an old shoe there, not old, just left behind. What else can I say? This looks interesting. Oh yeah, look, it's another handle from something. Jug or a cup. It has still got a nice shape on it actually. It's quite sweet, isn't it? Looks like an interesting shape. I think it's just the handle of a, yeah, it's like the handle of a garden fork, doesn't it? One to keep, but this is a really heavy piece of, feels like some kind of stone pottery or some such. It's really peaceful here. You can just hear the water. Go into these reeds a little bit because sometimes there are things hidden that you can't quite spot. Look around. A few little bits and pieces. See another big piece over here that I'm going to head to. Looks like I used to have a, I'm not sure if you can see very well in the light, so I apologise, really bright here. Looks like it used to have a pattern on, can you see? But it's very faded. Has got a bit of a name on the bottom as well, actually. Sorry, you can't see that. Pheasant is the only bit I can read of it. Half of a sort of maker's mark or something there, something pheasant. I'll try to see if I can look it up later, see if I can identify what make it was. It's just so hard not to pick it all up. Be here for hours, I think. Could have guessed, couldn't we, what that would be? A tooth. I see something square over here. Oh, what's that? You know, it was obviously part of something. So that's interesting. Right, I'm just going to, I think while I'm here, I'm just going to go sort of along these edges. So I'll have a look and see what's there. And then I'll bring it back and let you know if there's anything interesting. Brook, maybe. I just found this nice piece as well, which is it's pretty old, doesn't it? Brown and white, quite unusual. Don't tend to find as many of those as I go about my travels. I actually haven't got that far from where I started because there are so many things to look at and so much to keep me occupied. Here's something that looks interesting. Here, look. Looks like an old jar, an old sort of stoneware jar of some sort. I can't see that it's got any marks on it to identify it, which is a shame. I always like to be able to do that. And just next to it, a lid. And that's nice. Oh, there it goes back in again. Hold on. You see that? Bit worse for wear. And again, it has got some writing on it, or it did at some point, I think. But I can't quite identify. It looks like it used to have a sort of blue and white pattern on. So, some sort of lid for a jar. Probably not the one that I've just found next to it, because what would be the chances of that? Look like a bottle, but I don't think it is actually. Another sort of fairly obvious piece of pottery there. So yeah, loads coming out. I'm gonna put you down for a sec and keep going. I can't hold it all. See you shortly. Hi guys, here's a cute find that we've just pulled out. I'm not sure what it is. It's hollow. I think there's anything in there. And hopefully you can see the marks on the front. So it says Coventry at the bottom there. I'm not quite sure what the top word is, and it's also got similar markings on the back. So it's very light, but really sweet. I really like that. So we're going to do a bit of exploring, see if we can work out a bit of research what that was. But let me know what you think. And yeah, I'm still going, so there's still tons of stuff to pull out. Lots of interesting finds so far, which is great. So off we go, and I'll let you know what else we can find. I can see a few pieces in here, so I'm going to venture in. Something round. Oh, it's a broken, I see now, broken bottom jar. No marks on it to work out what that was, which is a shame. It's just a stone. And a couple more pieces. I'm going to go in deeper and have a look at these, see what they might be. That's anything. That's the other thing I wanted to look at. This is just an old piece of metal. Not as interesting as I thought, but always worth getting it out to check, right? So if I go back down, there's a bit of stick. I think it's bone. Yeah, that looks interesting. Oh, another part of a bottle. Sorry, it's really bright here. You might be able to see so well. Ah, poison. It's a shame that's not complete. That would be great, wouldn't it? You can see the ribbed bit there, but it's just the bottom. I still quite like that. So hopefully we'll find some complete ones, but we'll keep our eyes peeled to let you know. See you shortly. So just give you a quick catch up of where I've got to, because I'm not able so much to film as I go because there's so much to pick up. So I've just found another jar lid, not in as good condition as the previous one, but still nice. Again, I can't quite see any names or anything on it. There might be a mark there actually. See if I can have a look when I get it home. A really nice, I like this bit of pottery because it's black. I don't know if it was always black, but it's quite a sweet shape. And then this, which we found with the metal detector. It looks like some sort of button or something. It's hollow there. Oh, it was. So we're a bit intrigued with it. Haven't quite identified it yet. Hopefully something interesting. Let's get it to focus. There you go. So yeah, still loads of stuff coming out. Loads of chips of pottery. I won't show you them all as they come because you'll probably get fed up with them. But I will just do a bit of a roundup at the end to let you know everything that we found. It's just a glorious day here. I'm going to head off back up that way, see what else comes out, and I'll try and take you with me. Hi guys, so I'm just going to catch you up on a few things that I found. So I found the bowl of a clay pipe. So my last video was our first find of any clay pipe, although obviously not a complete one just yet. This I think is the first bowl. You can see there's a bit of a design along the bottom, a bit battered, but I'm really pleased with it, so we'll keep hoping for our complete one day. But actually in kind of locations like this, this is still a really good find, because obviously things do kind of move along quite quickly. So I'm really pleased with that. And we're still going, so I'll let you know what else comes out. So I've just found our first complete bottle, which is good. We found sort of bits and pieces of things. This is the first one that's still complete. So So pretty wide top, a square shape as well, so I'm not sure what it would have held. And I can't see any sort of names or anything on it. There is a number on the bottom, 677 I think that says. Maybe a sauce jar, don't know. But still, it's going to go in our collection. So it's good to find a bottle, to find them as I go. So I will keep you posted on what else comes out. So not our usual kind of find, but we've just come across T-Wolf. See here. 1986 Telepix T-Wolf. So not massively old, but someone lost him and probably enjoyed him at one point, which is a shame. So there you go. See you in a bit. Broken glass. Loads of these. That one's got an interesting shape on the back actually, look. Cross pattern, it's nice as well. I tend to look for things by colour or shape, which does sometimes mean that I spot rocks and have to check that they're not anything interesting, so I apologise. Oh, look, there's another tooth. I'm not even going to get that one out to show you. Oh look, a tiny piece. Got a great day for it here, weather's lovely, which is unusual in this part of the world. And loads of these old kind of clay pieces, really thick, but just not enough of a shape really to work out what they once were, which is always a shame, I think. I like to be able to see what something was or was used by. For me, that's the most interesting part of finding stuff, is who would have had it, what would they have used it for. Nice shady spot. I'm going to fill my wellies here, but I'm okay with that. I'm making it too muddy, so what I might do is I'll just have to sort of take my time here and look from one spot, which is perhaps less interesting for you than it is for me. So I'll let you know if anything comes out, and I'll catch you up shortly. I've actually had quite a few finds in this deeper bit that I just left you at, so I'm just going to show you what we've had. Hold on, I'm sinking slightly. So this top off of something, screw top. Some really nice pieces of pottery. Look, I love this with the tree pattern on it. Isn't that beautiful? Another with the, you can see that that was the bottom of a jug, vase, bowl or something. Another nice pattern piece there. Here's another bottom of an old sort of stone jar. So you can see some writing there, but I can't read what it says just yet. So I'll try and have a look at that when I get home and just let you know what that reads. And then a shoe. So we found a couple of shoe bottoms before. This one is child size, which is, I guess, maybe it's I guess it could be a small one, but isn't that adorable? So you can see it's got loads of layers, lots of repair along the bottom. So how sweet. Love to find things like that. That's got just so much kind of social history to it, hasn't it? So adore that. So that's good. And then also I'm just going to go a bit further up because I'm sinking slightly. Loads of kind of pottery finds there to add to my collection. So some with patterns on, some really nice blue and white pieces, and some with just sort of nice shapes, which I also like. So yeah, they're going to go in the bag too. I'm going to go off a bit further, see what else there is. We've actually been here for a really long time, but we just can't stop kind of picking stuff up as we go. So there's tons to be found. Hopefully some more interesting stuff will come out, and I'll let you know. I just picked out this, an old part. It says Oldham, so it's obviously a brand or something. Maybe a tractor. Wouldn't be unusual for this neck of the woods. There you go. I'm going for my last sort of sploosh up. See what final things we can find before we set off. It's a nice piece there. Pattern on it. Looks like it's got writing on it. Nope, it's just a stone. Eyes do deceive me. There's quite a lot of shells in here actually. So I've just sort of moved on as I've seen them. There's just so many pieces like this. It's got a slightly sort of serrated edge, perhaps part of a cooking pot or something. If there's anything, something, not something to keep. Get this now, that time of day where these guys have come out. This means it's nearly time to go home. Plate. Oh look, pattern. It's nice, isn't it? I don't think I've ever been to a spot with quite so much in terms of sort of pottery chips. And of course I have to pick them up and look at all of them, just in case. So a plate, I think, with this sort of red rim there. Tiny piece. a bit harder to see, of course, when it's deeper, so harder to spot things. So I think that's probably it for us. I think we're going to sort of head back now. We've been here for hours. We've spent the whole afternoon here just kind of sprucing around, seeing what we can find. And we found some really good stuff, so I'm really pleased with what we pulled out. Lots of pottery chips, a bottle. I'll do a quick roundup just so that you can see everything that we've discovered today and find the Roman hoard of silver that we were hoping for, but it doesn't mean it's not here. So you can never just come to one place once, of course, because nothing ever stays still in these brooks. So we'll definitely be back, see what we can discover next time. But for now, I'll put some photos up to sort of just round up all of our finds. And this is probably it for this video. So for now, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks for coming with me, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.